I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
One, two, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
This Thursday, October 15th, is the 50th day of school. So come dressed in your 50s attire and be ready to shake, rattle, and roll.
Good morning. We're still talking about feelings. Now last week we talked about feeling happy and the things that make us feel happy, and when we're smiling we're happy. Now today, or this week, we're going to talk about when we feel sad. Have we ever felt sad before? Yes, we all have felt sad. And this little girl, she feels sad. And how do we know she's sad? Let's look at her face. She's kind of got a frown, she's looking down, and she just seems, well, sad. Now let's look at this picture, at this little boy. And we know he's sad because he's crying. And those are the ways that we know people are sad. And sometimes when we're sad, we feel uncomfortable or we're crying, and we might feel sad because we've lost our favorite book or our favorite toy. Those are the times when we feel sad. So let's practice making sure that when we see someone is sad, let's go encourage them to have a better day. So see you guys later.
We sure love hearing and seeing all of the different kinds of exercise that you enjoy doing each day. Here are a few more for this week.
Good morning, students. We've learned a lot in the past few weeks about our 4 healthy habits. We talked about good nutrition, and we learned about all the different colorful fruits and vegetables that you can eat that have nutrients in them that help your body in different ways. We also learned that some foods are not so good for our bodies, and we learned about the go, slow, and whoa foods. And then we learned that physical activity for 60 minutes a day is very important to keep our bodies healthy. We learned about how our heart's a muscle and we need to get plenty of physical activity. And I loved all the videos that you sent that showed the physical activity that you're involved with. That makes me smile. So today we want to talk about the third healthy habit, and that is to reduce our screen time. Now, screen time is any time that we're looking at a screen. It can be a television screen, it can be your video game, it can be an iPhone, it can be a computer. And those minutes of 2 hours don't have to be all on one thing. They can be all those things combined. So let's talk about, have you had too much screen time? Let's think. When you've gotten home from school or been at home on a Saturday, have you realized that most of your day that you've been playing video games or watching television or been on mom's phone? Well, if you've done that, you might be getting too much screen time. And if mom says, okay, it's time to get off the television or the video game, and you get a little aggravated or upset, or they won't let you use screens at that time, if you get a little bit aggravated and upset, then you might be getting too much screen time. So what kinds of things can we do instead of screen time? Well, you can go outside and play. You can make a wonderful piece of art. You can read a book. You can play a board game with your friends. And those kinds of things help us to get physical activity. They help us to use our imaginations. And they also help us learn to share and to talk with one another. And so those things are very important skills to have our whole life through. So we need to limit our screen time to 2 hours or less every day. We also need to remember that it's very important to turn our screens off for at least 1 hour before we go to bed, so that our brain can prepare itself to go to sleep. And we'll talk more about sleep next week. Bye.